Hey there, welcome back to the channel. Coming at you with a mail day. It is the end of May. I believe this is my second mail day for May. Like I had mentioned in previous videos, trying to pare down a little bit. I've actually sent a bunch of stuff to consignment, trying to recoup some funds, trying to be a responsible hobbyist and that sort of thing. So I have like 14 cards here. I have it broken down into like 10 lots. Like normal, I'll kind of talk about the card a little bit, talk about the price I paid. Prices include tax and shipping, and yeah, we'll get going. So this first one that I have is a redemption. This is actually the second redemption that I've gotten recently. This is the Diesel Kevin Nash Legendary Signatures Prisms Blue. Which is, I think, out of 49. So I have this, and then I think I have the silver, the Mojo. I still need to use both of them, and then I have two more coming in that'll be in another mail day. So this was $21. Blue auto out of Prism. So looking forward to that. Kevin Nash is a pretty big signer, so I'm hoping it won't take very long, and hopefully it's on card, which is what I would imagine, given that I would assume a sticker would have just been tossed on there, but we will see. Excuse me. So 21 bucks there. Next one up is a relatively small purchase. So this is a 97 rave reviews, Eddie Murray. I have the Ripken. This is great binder fodder here. This was $7 shipped. Just cool looking cards, cool inserts. Happy to have kind of late era Eddie Murray. Cool right there. Have a 2017 Select purple die cut of Jordy. This one's for the binder as well. Out of 75. This was $5. So, snagging, binder fillers from Jordy when I have a chance, especially if I can get a numbered parallel for a couple bucks. I'm always happy to do that. So $5 there. Here's a string of graded cards, I think, that we'll go through here. 2013 Spectra. This is the Rookie Revolution Red out of 25 in a SGC Mint 9. So this was a little over 40 bucks. I have this marked down at $43. 14 out of 25 there. Happy to have that. As I've mentioned before, Hopkins is one of my PC players, kind of that second or third stage of the pyramid. And Spectra is one of the sets that I try and get the parallels for. So Rookie Revolution Red out of 25 for 43 bucks. We have another red here. This one, Keenan Allen. It's a finest red refractor, rookie refractor out of 50 in a True Gem Plus 9.5. This was 45 bucks. Happy to have that one. And that card and this next one are both from, I think I got them from Probstein. Anyway, so I had that one pegged at 45. This one pegged at $8. It's just a Topps Traded Movan rookie in old SGC flip, Gem Mint 10. Great card. Movan is one of the lower levels of the pyramid, but a PC player nonetheless, someone I collected as a kid. The next two are kind of funny. I actually bought this one second, so it showed up later, which is why it's on top of the pile. Anyway, 2013 Prism Green in an SGC 9.5. Beautiful looking card, looks great. Didn't have the green Prism, earlier this month. Got this one for $32, which I thought was a great price. I mean, half that just for grading, right? And 9.5 Mint Plus is a great grade. Add that to the collection. But that happened after I had already purchased this, which is the same card. This one was listed. It's the first one I had seen in quite a while. I thought the price was fair. I got this raw one for $18, which I thought was a fair price because I figured if it looks good, which I need to still pop it out to make sure it does, but just through the case, it looks fine. I figured 18 bucks plus another, 18, 19, 20 bucks to get it graded. If it's 9 or a 10, that's cool. Gets me in a good price point. And then a couple days later, this one popped up. So I figure I'll look at this. If I think it will 9 or 10, I'll still send it into PSA and then make a decision based on what this comes back as which one I want to keep, which one I want to move. But raw for 18, SGC 9.5 for 32. When I bought this one for 18, I couldn't pass up on the 9.5 for 32 bucks. I just couldn't do it. All right, we're coming down to the end here. So this is the second to last kind of card / lot. So this is just the $3 certified out of 199 red parallel add to the binder for Jordy Nelson. And then it's really last but not least here. So let me just grab a couple of these cards. So local LCS that I have here, Kuiper's Cards up in Centralia, Washington. Dan there, the owner, he knows that I'm a big Jordy Nelson fan. I go up to the shop as often as I can. And he messaged me basically that he had a customer in the shop who had a bunch of Jordy cards. Am I interested? And so he sent me a couple pictures. I was very interested, able to work out a deal. It sounds like his customer, who's a regular, had just found a handful of Jordy Nelson cards in a lot or something, and brought him into the shop to try and sell them. And Dan, the owner of Kuiper's Cards, was just like, hey, like, I know a guy, might be able to work something out. So we worked something out. These are just the toss-ins. So these will just kind of go, and I'll try and use them as trade bait or something, because I know I have this one. Well, there's a couple parallels of this card, so it might be a parallel. But anyway, so these will go in the collection. Might use them as trade bait in the future. But these were just toss-ins. We'll go kind of least to best here. So I saw this card. So he sent me this one. And this is the Exquisite RPA. This is the one that's out of 75. So this is number 7 out of 75. So you can see the kind of the rainbow foil there. I have 3 of the out of 199s, and I had 3 of that out of 75. So this is number 4 in my collection for that out of 75, and it's number 7 overall for the Exquisite RPA. I don't have the 101. I know where the 101 is. It sounds like that's not being moved. So I'm kind of stuck collecting these out of 75s and out of 199s, which I just love. So I told him basically how much I paid for the first 3 that I got. Said, very interested in it, but not like super motivated to overpay. Basically, what I would need to do is pay 85% of the low end of what I'd bought these on eBay, just for it to make sense for me. But then he showed me another card, which is this red refractor in a PSA 9, and those are out of 25. This I didn't have. I don't know that I'd ever seen it sold, and it's not one of my top 5 purchases. I made like a top 5 list earlier this year, and the red auto for Topps Chrome and Bowman Chrome were both on the list. But the red refractors for both, because they're less scarce, out of 25 versus I think out of 5, off the top of my head, they didn't make the list, but they would have been in that like 6 to 10 range of like cards to pick up this year. So I was really excited to see that. The guy, there weren't really good comps for it at all. So we kind of, saw Jamal Charles, which was ungraded, and kind of, pegged that. And so I think that I got a really good deal on this. I ended up paying up for this and kind of buying these as a package, kind of saying like, hey, like I can talk myself into paying more for this than I want to, and buying them as a pair, and then that way kind of like the seller got more money. So because I wanted to pay $75 for the Exquisite, and I was looking, I was hoping to pay like in the $250 to $300 range for the red refractor. And it sounded like he wanted a little closer to 4 ideally. And so I basically said, hey, like, how about we do 4 for the pair here, and sold. So have this pegged at 300, this pegged at 100, and then these are just toss-ins. Not that the dollar amounts really matter. I mean, what I allot them to, they're all for my collection. I'm not like tracking inventory here for sale, for resale or anything, but just like in my mind, it was like 300, 100, and then when I got there, he had dropped these off. So obviously very cool. It's crazy to me. I live in Southwest Washington. Dan's Card Shop is a relatively new shop. Centralia is not a big town, and one of his regulars ended up finding these Jordy cards, just so happened to bring them in there to try and flip them. And Dan knew that, I was a big Jordy collector. So things really lined up for me here in a way that I wouldn't expect them to. And like I had told Dan, to let his customer know, I mean, I hope he made out pretty well. It sounds like he did. It seems like he didn't really know what he had in these until he went in, and Dan's like, hey man, like, I know a guy and these are valuable. So I think I was able to get a great deal. I mean, I have no idea what this would have gone for. This probably would have gone for about $100, maybe $125 on eBay. So getting $100 out of it off of eBay, cash, I think was a great deal for him. This one, who knows? I was not in a position, just as I'm trying to be responsible, like I mentioned, I was not in a position to pay more for this, or at least not considerably more. If it had gone on eBay, who knows? It could have gone for $600 for all I know. But he was able to get the 300 cash, 400 in this deal, and I think he was in it for a lot less than that. So hopefully it's a win-win, and shouting out Kuiper's cards in Centralia if anybody here is from Washington and is driving through. But yeah, I mean, it's just kind of the end of a crazy mail day video for me. I mean, this is a big boy in the collection. Another one knocked off the list. This means that I have every Topps Chrome card other than the Super. As far as all the parallels are concerned, I have the RPA, I have the autograph, have the refractor, auto. Yeah, I've got everything, I'm pretty sure. So I'll know that for positive when I actually sit down and kind of go through and inventory everything. But pretty sure this is what I need aside from the Super that I the 101 that I figure I'll never get. So that is it. Hopefully everybody else had as good of a May card wise as I have, and hopefully June looks just as good. So until next time, please like, subscribe, comment if you have a chance, and I'll catch you at the next mail day.